We are at the ballpark in Cambridge. It has been, it's starting to get bright out. It's really bugging me. It's been a great week and a great weekend. A great week and a great week. Of course, I would leave it up to my wife. Look, I give her my new glasses, and she just gets them completely disgusting. I don't know if your wife does this, but she is the king of smudges and destroying glasses. The queen, I guess. The king would be me, but I am not. I do not destroy glasses. You are a destructive human being. So, it has been a tremendous week at the stable. A great weekend. Ollie's team went 3-0. He was a winning pitcher yesterday. Hasn't been crushing it at the plate, but we worked on that. I think he'll be much better today. Turn that fan back off back there. It's driving me crazy. What a great week we had. I keep trying to think of the highlight of the week, and it's hard when it's right in front of you, right? When it just happened. Tactical Mounds winning, all these horses. My personal highlight was that qualifier yesterday. Because I've been waiting, I saw Chicago Hall qualify in 2-3. I'm like, he's a little flat. And James said, with the air hood on, he's quiet, and I couldn't get him to go. But where's his ceiling, right? I haven't sat behind him in a while. Is he as good as I think he is? Was he as good? Does he seem as good? And it wasn't until yesterday that I answered that question, man. Looking at our projections list, a month ago, Amy and I did them.
It was more than that.
Oh, I don't think it was it?
Yeah, because I still had bar on mine.
That's true, too. Yeah. When we look at that list, when we made it, Chicago Hall topped my list. And I just thought he was a bigger, stronger horse than Maury. But then Maury goes out and qualifies like a killer and has all these eyeballs on him. And everybody kind of moved away, right? And then yesterday, that qualifier, last half in 56-2 with the earplugs in, a snake cord on, and literally the whip at my side, never spoke, just kind of growled at him halfway down the lane. And and you can see when I did it. If you go back and watch the video, you can see when he switches gears and he trots straight through the wire. So now my biggest question was, how is he the next day? Did he eat? These are things we tell you guys all the time. These are the things I always try to look at. Are the horses comfortable? Are they happy? Did they eat their lunch? How do they look the next day? We're not jogging him today, but he ate all his supper. We went back last night at 9 o'clock, nothing left in his food dish, and he was kind of banging the gate for some hay. I gave him some extra hay. We brought him out first. His feet were cold, his knees, everything was nice and cold on the horse. So really happy with what I saw from Chicago Hall yesterday. Sentry Legion. Addie. Hey, we can hear you, right, Mumbles?
What?
I can hear you when you're struggling with your farm animals back there. Get your barn in order. So it's just been a tremendous week. So I wanted to go through some of the highlights of the week with you guys as we Hey, don't do that. As we generally do. Our week kind of started slow last week, right? And I was wondering. Hey. And I was. What are you doing, weirdo? You doing push-ups? You getting ready for the Olympics? Okay, sit down. So we had a great, a slow start to the week. Monday, really nothing happened. Tuesday is where I get up in the morning. We qualified all the babies. They look great. I drove all the way back. Wanted to go with Brace for Landing. He was awesome the other day. A winner last week. I had a couple of people online mention that they'd watched their videos and thought that he might be good, and as I said to one of them, they didn't know how he'd be. I said, well, I didn't come 5 hours back to eat the chicken fingers and fries at the Mohawk Kitchen. Addie, go sit in your chair. We're doing a video.
Mom's not.
Yes, Mom is. She is helping me. You go tend to your farm back there. Hey, stop, both of you. So, Brace for Landing was great. It really kicked off the rest of the week, right? Wednesday, we had such a strong day. Adeline Hope McDonald. That's enough.
I swear she waits until you start a video.
Yeah, she does. Wednesday was a great start. Ready for Landing, a little short. Adeline,
Come on.
stop it and play with your toys, please. Ready for Landing was adequate. A little bit short on Wednesday, but raced well. It was a very I think a race where we looked at how he was. I was happy how he was mentally and physically, and then really, Addie,
Yeah.
play with your farm, please, sweetheart.
Okay.
But really, the takeaway from the entire race was what was lacking. Right? I think he was slipping. I explained that as well as I could in the video the other day. I think if we get the 9/16 on this horse, or even a lighter shoe, let his hobbles out, I think you're going to see a much better Ready for Landing. He drew in the middle of the gate, I believe, on Wednesday this coming week. I was a little disappointed in myself with Fire and Shine. I just think I was a little too arrogant. Thought she would make front, control the race, and drive away. Instead, we had an extremely hot day. She did all the work she could, but maybe just from the head of lane to the wire just didn't show up as much as I would have liked her to. And it wasn't her fault. That was my fault for expecting and asking that for her. I think she'll bounce back with a good effort. July 2nd. I know Amy has got that date circled in her calendar.
I think I'm busy.
You're busy? July 2nd and 3rd. That's the first fair of the season. Is it Marion, I think, or Marietta, one or the other? I don't know. Not too far from the farm. Addie's excited. Ava's coming. You're coming to the fair, aren't you?
Yeah.
On Tuesday, on July 2nd. You. Hey, turkey. Thank you. Go back and play with your farm animals. July 2nd and 3rd, we're going to be there. I'm excited about it. First run for some corn on the cob, deep fried Oreos. What? You can't tell me you don't like deep fried Oreos.
Yeah, they're good.
Like one.
Yeah, I didn't say I was going to eat them out of the entire stock. I wouldn't mind a few. They are amazing. If you haven't had the deep fried Oreos at the fairs, you don't know what you're missing. They're incredible. Purple People Eater raced great again, showing some versatility. This filly is really coming on. The last 3 years, I think we've had pretty good fillies. Remember, we had Pete, and then last year we had the filly that got injured, and the other one. No, the 3-year-olds. Purple Aura and Sweet on Pete were 2 years ago.
Oh.
Last year we had Globetrotting Sister. Right, she ended up getting injured.
Smokey.
And who was the other one?
Smokey.
No, that's not Smokey. That's Yes's sister. That is Yes's sister. We sold
What
her.
are you talking about?
Globe-trotting sister was not Smokey. It was the yes.
Devil something.
Devil something.
The Coupe de Ville.
Yeah, Devil.
Hey, don't say that. That's
Reminds me of
Coupe de Ville?
Cruella de Vil from
Cruella de
Wonder
Vil,
Woman
yeah.
Dalmatian.
So Purple People Eater showed a lot of versatility. Circled the field up and finished up strong and won. Very, very happy with her. Then we had a couple of newcomers to Northfield. Victory Blue Chip.
Newcomer.
I said newcomer.
Oh.
Yeah, get your ears checked. Victory Blue Chip. I think I underdrove him. Obviously I couldn't have won the race, but I could have been second. I did. I underdrove him. I was way too conservative with him. He raced good, but finished third. And I certainly didn't underdrive the next two. Great bet right down the road, as I told everybody he would. And Militant also. Those horses both jogged. They didn't get back in this week. We were a little light on entries. Jason entered 9 for Wednesday, and I think we got like 3 in or 4 in. Yeah, so a couple of horses didn't come up. Now, that didn't stop us. We continued our week on Thursday. Green Glitter was a beaten 5th. Raced good. Showed a lot of allergy mucus. Again, things we need to work on with her. We're going to stay and race in the Stallion Series on the 29th at the Meadows with her. Dad's horse, Irish Ray, raced great. Gypsy Hill. This horse is getting better and better and better and better every week. He was amazing the other day, finishing second, but 28 flat in the end of it, and that was all the last 8th. He was flying at the wire.
Did you leave his shoes the same?
No, we went to 4 aluminums on him, and let his hobbles at 3 holes, and they're gonna go out. They're gonna go out another hole also. He was amazing the other day. Drebin, big race out of him again. He looked awesome. Very, very happy with the way this horse is approaching. Now I'll tell everybody, I have every intention in the middle of August of racing Drebin and ready for Landing in the Beal. Either one of them might fit the C division. They don't have enough money made to, I think, climb that ladder at all. But both of these horses are coming on. Drebin's looked very strong of late, and looks like he's on the improve and getting better. We're ready for Landing. Kind of got to that faster mark and kind of hung out. But I think we're going to push the button on him this week, and he's going to be moving forward after this week. I'm sure of it. Collector. great second from him also. He had a fantastic day on Thursday. And then Irresistible Sun, just a very dominating victory in the last race of the night for us on Thursday. Ava and I have been on tour all week. We're back in Ontario now. I don't know who's heading where on Tuesday or on Monday evening, but we'll figure that out later on today. The whole family might be on tour. No, that's Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I think we got our wires crossed because Tuesday I'm in the Meadows in the morning. Ollie plays baseball on Tuesday. I have to go back Monday night. You don't have to go back till Tuesday. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah.
Well, if I go back, it'll be Tuesday night or Wednesday morning.
Oh, right.
But then I gotta be back Friday.
It sounds like you're lobbying for no for a. We'll see.
It's gonna be like, if I'm just gonna drive there to sit at that house by myself.
Well, no,
There's really
we
no
have Wednesday racing, right? Thursday racing, but I don't know where. We'll figure that out later on today. So Irresistible Sun was fantastic in his victory, and now him and Gypsy get a week off and come back. But they have had a tremendous start to the summer. Now Fridays where all the cool stuff started. Our baby started racing. Now we did have Mountaineer Prince make a break in Michigan, but I think we fixed that. It was just his flip-flops, and I believe that Donnie has a plan to fix that. But Friday, Arrowhead Hanover, I had stayed. I missed Ollie's first game of this tournament because I wanted to go with Arrowhead Hanover. I wanted to get a feel for, what he's doing. Excuse me. What he's doing and how he's doing it. And he was amazing the other day. It wasn't a fast mile, but a very commanding mile for him. As I said to him after, he's trotting 56 right now. I'm sure he would. The horse looked good, felt good, and I was very, very pleased with him. Don't Talk About Bruno was a kind of a flat fourth. What are we doing with Bruno? I don't know. We'll figure that out over the next few days, I guess. Our options are simple. We stay the course, we find a better class, or we just put him up for sale. One or the other. We'll see what happens. One of those three. We'll see how that plays out over the next 96 hours. Spitfire Overseas, I talked to Stacy after, and she said, well, his one foot still bothering him. And I said, none of that matters. I said, now is a good time to simply rest him. He doesn't have to race in the searing heat in the point of the summer. He can let his feet grow out, let everything cool down, just turn him out in the field. So Spitfire Overseas is going out for 3 or 4 weeks. Kings County was awesome. Man, a little shades of the old King. Just got beat at the wire in 53-3 the other day and looked extremely good and felt extremely good also. Sentry Legion made a break at Mohawk. Well, we've already figured out.
He was tired.
You think it was because he was tired?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because he's only had 0 lifetime starts before this week.
Maybe he didn't eat good.
Maybe he didn't eat good. Well, we checked that. He did eat good, and I think he was kind of fresh coming in. So, I don't know if that's it. But I can double check, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for the... Thank you.
Well, maybe he's sick.
That is possible, but I think
He was being silly.
he's being a bit of a silly butt.
Maybe he just wants to play.
I think that was it. But I'm hoping that both him and Chicago get in different divisions. There's only 25, 26, 27 horses eligible to the Tompkin Gears next week. I hope they have enough to fill 2 divisions. That would be a little frustrating if they don't. But we'll see how that plays out. I know that both a number of clients with Sentry Legion asking what's up with him and what's next. Listen, this is a minor thing. It's not the end of the world. I will tell you right now what I discussed with Dominic and Danny, James, myself, when it came to Sentry Legion on in his next start. Tape his knees up. Oh, I know. That's White Tiger. I know. Kid. It's White Tiger. Sentry Legion. Tape his knees up. Put a V martingale on him. You saw him throwing his head at the start. You can't do that. You have to be attentive and paying attention to your work. So all week we need to work on that. And I was very clear.
He seemed like he just wanted to go 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, but he's a baby. That's fine. But he needs to. That's up to us to show him the difference, right? And that's the problem. Is that and part of that I said to James. Part of that was you. Now you can't sprint from the head of lane to the wire. You have to get him in gear and let him accelerate down the lane. You can't ask him for that snap gear in the middle of the straightaway because I know what happens. Comes up and touches that jack. That's the
when
first
they're
thing he
also
does.
all jammed up, everyone's looking at each other.
I'm well
who's
aware.
gonna lead, and
I'm
then
well aware what took place, but at the end of the day, he's still got to do his work. So we're gonna make a few little changes. Put the V martingale on him. Make sure that snake cord's on him. Let his head down a little bit so the V martingale can do its job. Tape his knees up, and I think the horse will be fine. So that's the plan.
Do you find that the V martingale puts more pressure?
That's exactly why James hates it, and that's exactly why they won't pick the bit up. Is because it puts more pressure. Exactly. Well, it's holding the lines down, so it's putting tension, constant tension.
So the more they fight the martingale, the more it pulls down on their jaw.
That's right. And eventually, and they can't get away from it. So that's why I very rarely I've seen a horse not relent to the V martingale and not behave, but it happens. I don't think Sentry Legion's one of those horses, but it has to be every week. So I'm going to reiterate this when I send a message out to them today. That V martingale, that snake cord is to be on that horse every single day this week. No exceptions.
We will be there.
That's right. We will be there tomorrow. In
I
fact,
will.
I'll one up you. I will
You'll
tell them
jog him.
I will go with them tomorrow. So a frustrating break, but that happens. We'll get that squared away and move him forward. 3-point blue chip was great. I was so happy. I did stay Friday. I was worried that, something would go wrong. And then I said, well, if Hunter can drive 3-point blue chip, he can drive Arrowhead. And it came out Hunter was all over the program, so he couldn't drive any of the horses. So that's the other reason that I stayed. Super happy with Arrowhead. Kings County was great. And 3-point blue chip, again, I thought little rickety in the turns. I said to Amy, he's got those bar shoes on. The track is deep. There's lots to help him with. Keep working on his feet. Check his knees. Keep working on his feet. Behind, his stifles were shaking after the race. Marquee him.
He's such a big horse.
Yeah, blister his stifles. Marquee him. Continue on treating him for EPM. And then that horse will improve and improve and improve. We got to head of lane and the horse got away from me on the front. Usually 3-point can get he can be a little bit of a pussy sometimes, a little bit of a crybaby sometimes. So usually when he gets beat up a little bit, that's when he'll soften, and then you'll strike him, and then he'll sour up and he won't go forward. So I didn't do that. We come out of the turn, I kicked the earplugs and growled at him.
Oh, you kicked the earplugs, all right. I thought you were gonna fall off the bike.
You what?
I thought you were gonna fall off the back of the bike.
Why?
It's just-
Oh, it's a UFO because the string is
It's okay,
different. Addie, stop, sweetheart. The string is a little bit different on that bike, and it was a loose string, so you really had to kick it. But the way he finished up strong, I was super, super proud of him. The horse is really coming back good. I think about another 8 or 10 starts at the Meadows, and if we find, again, where we place all our horses this year will be important, but if we find that there's horses tripping over each other, 3-point blue chip at some point could go back to where it all started, back to Mohawk, and I think he would be a very, very nice horse this winter racing at Mohawk.
It'd be nice to swim him too.
I don't think swimming him's going to help him. Why? Yeah, the concussion on that foot helps. Unless he gets sore on that foot, I think that constant concussion just hardens that bone a little bit more too. But I mean, it always can help. And then quietly, I'm fancy like JK Victory. JK Victory third beat a snout at the wire in 50-2 or something like that. And then I'm fancy like, we don't talk enough about this filly. Mm-hmm. She's not a killer, but paced 52-3, 52-4, 27-4 on the end of it. It's a big mile for her. She's just really, really coming on. And and I said to Amy, she likely will race at that fair on July 2nd or 3rd. And she's a sweetheart. She could literally race around an apple tree. She can get around any size track. Just the sweetest little mare too. And I said to Jason, I said, just trying to remember back to when we broke her and how miserable and rotten she was to do anything with. She wouldn't do a thing training down. And it was just constant work and work and work and work. And finally, she came forward. And, fast forward to the other night, 52 and a piece, 27 and a piece. It's just an amazing mile from her. So then we turn the page and go to Saturday. I'm here at Ollie's Ball Tournament. I was so tired when I woke up Saturday morning. I missed the first inning of the game. The game was at, what time was the game? 8 o'clock, wasn't it? I was exhausted. Ava and I drug our butts down
Cambridge
here.
doesn't like us, so they gave us all of the worst times to play.
Ava and I drug our butts down here. We get down here, watched Ollie play. He played good. He's really got I think he's going to hit really well today. Because he didn't hit that. He had a couple of screamers, but got out fair and square. But played really well in the field, pitched great. So I was happy to watch him play, but kind of as the game was going on, I'm watching the races also to watch Freedom Hill, Aunt Lily. I missed the first part of his game because I had to go qualify Chicago Hall. I told you what I thought about that qualifier. Just so pleased to see that horse so strong. You have no idea how powerful that horse was the other day. He came the last quarter in 27-3, as easy as you could ever ask a 2-year-old trotter to do it. And last half in 56-2, last 3 quarters in 127. The horse was amazing. Was amazing the other day, and just so happy with the way he put out Freedom Hill, Aunt Lily. I'm not going to tell you what Ronnie had said about the fillies, but he said he was very, very happy. He said, in fact, he told me that he hoped that Ollie had lots of baseball tournaments all summer long because those fillies seemed very, very good. Patrick the Piranha, second in 49, just raced great. Chris did a great job with him again. And then the night came. I was a little frustrated with the whole Dominion thing. I was on my way there, but I just couldn't drive him in the pouring rain and the mud. I didn't have the gear to do it, and it just wasn't going to work because what I wanted to do was, in a perfect world, warm him up first trip, make any changes we were going to make, go second trip with him, make sure I had him dialed in the way I wanted him, and then go out and race the horse. But I can assure you, Dominion and I will cross paths at some point. I don't think there's a need to get rid of him right yet. I know Patricia said, well, he hasn't made any money, so no one's going to be buying those shares. That also means nobody's going to be buying the horse. So I think there is an okay horse in there. I'm not advocating and saying, hey, this horse will be fine, don't worry about it. I have no idea what he'll be yet. But I know one thing, he can't be 17, 18, 19 lengths out at the half and be an effective horse. He needs to be in the mix. And if we're having trouble getting him into the mix, get the hobbles on him and get the horse off the car. And that's what needs to happen first and foremost before we start judging Dominion. Tactile Mounds was incredible. Megan made an effort to make a point this morning that she is now the fastest stable horse of all time, mark-wise. I don't think Looks Like Money actually won in 150 for us. Kings County winning 51 and a piece. I believe, no, Yo Mister winning 52. And Looks Like Money also won in 51 and a piece. But I believe she's right. 151 is the fastest trotter at the stable thus far. Hopefully we can eclipse that this year with somebody, her or anybody else. Texong Soprano was awesome again last night, finishing second. So we have had an incredible run all week, and I mean incredible, the last 2 weeks. Now, I keep saying this is the first week of the summer. This is the first week of the summer, but the first stake week is this week. The first stake money will be raced for this week in Kentucky. We have a ton racing. 7 stake races on Monday afternoon for us. A great look at them. Arson, for those of you, all my partners out there, just relax. I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to be a little bit short. So don't expect him to go out there and manhandle anybody in 50 or 51. He's going to be a little bit short. It's a long summer ahead. This was absolutely what we planned for. We were focusing also on hopefully, potentially, possibly the Adios and the Jug if he got to that point and he was good enough. It's a stretch at this point, but not a long one. Horse was just a winner in 150 and I think can compete with those horses with the right trip. So we'll see. But he is a little bit short. He's only trained since his last start. He's only trained 1 mile in 2 minutes. So he is going to be a little short. But as I said, he'll be tight for next time, tight in the final, and ready to go as we head into Lexington and the rest of the summer. Gymboree, Memento Mori, Westland Warrior. These are horses, Grand Slam Dio. Kelly's wrong. She's missing Grand. Oh, no, there she is, 807. 4 horses, 4 2-year-olds starting first stake races on Monday. 3 3-year-olds, Arson, Pickpocket, and our boy Memory and Imagination. It should be an incredible day. Why do they have the races all starting at night? They have that.
I was wondering that. I thought, is post time later?
They have post time. I doubt Scott knows this. Can you check on the USDA to make sure this is right? Now he's going to be there, so it doesn't matter. But I guarantee you.
Oh wait, is that the second day or the first?
No,
day?
they're all racing on Monday.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh, I thought some were on Tuesday.
It says post time 3:57, which is 4:57 our time.
Oh, so.
No, it's the right time. It's the right time. It's the right time.
It says
I'm
3
sorry.
o'clock.
Yeah, 3 o'clock, which is 4 o'clock our time. Right? Yeah, I see. No, that's right. So Arson, Gymboree, Memento
Oh
Mori.
my God, they're all $40,000 races.
Yeah, they all are.
Every single race.
Yes, 100%. They're all stake races.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, Arson, Gymboree, Memento Mori, Westland Warrior, Memory and Imagination. Then I'm going to stay
Oh my
here.
God, look at how many 3-year-old Colton Gelding divisions there are.
How many is there?
Oh, 2. Sorry, I was thinking 2-year-olds. 3-year-olds, there's...
Pacers and Trotters, though. We have 2 in the trotting divisions. Yeah. Anyway, Monday's going to be great in Kentucky. I'm staying here. I'm going to actually, I was going to leave in the afternoon, and then I looked and I saw that Harry needed a driver for Yo Mister, possibly needed a driver for Yo Mister and Watch Your Mouth. So I said I would stay. I said I can't stay for the latter part. And anyway, Dominic didn't know I was staying and put James on Brace for Landing in the 10th. He took Brace for Landing, which is fine. James is going to drive Brace for Landing. James is going to drive Looks Like Money. I'm going to drive the 2 and race 2 and 4. I'm going to leave immediately after the 4th, as I have babies to qualify in school. We have at least 6 to qualify Tuesday afternoon, and 7, I believe, to school. So we're going to have a busy Tuesday morning. Then I'm off to... I'm back home. I have nothing to do Tuesday night. I think Ava and I... You should come home. Oh, no, you're not going to be back in time Tuesday night. I said we'll go to the Rosewood. But my favorite restaurant, I will tell you right now, it's the Rosewood, right? Yeah. Rosewood Cafe in Hudson, Ohio. Who does? Brace, yeah. That's not bad for him, though. I know, that's bad. 15 to 1 is bad.
We went
Yours is
to a
like 30 for
fancy
purse,
restaurant,
15.
and they have potatoes there.
Abby ratted on us. We didn't go to the races last night. We booked off and went
Yeah,
to...
we drove all the way to Wonderland, and then we turned around.
And then
We went to
then ate at a nice restaurant last night while you and Ollie were eating
Had
KFC. So
Fair.
Tuesday night, Ava and
Favoritism.
Tuesday, you and I will go to the Rosewood. If you guys are in Ohio for anything around that area, I've eaten at a lot of nice restaurants in Ohio. It's a great place to eat. The entire state, I think, but definitely that area. My favorite place to eat, I think, in that entire area around there is the Rosewood Cafe in
What video
Hudson.
is this? What is
This is my opening video.
Oh, okay.
In Hudson, Ohio.
I said you rambled on too much in the last one.
No, I'm not rambling. I'm just giving everybody a nice place to eat. There's a ton of places. I can give you top 10 list, no problem, of places to eat. Mike and I were going to do that. Remember, forgot. They're starting at 10:15 now. Okay. So, the Rosewood Cafe. Tuesday night, I have nothing to do. I'm going to watch Oakwood Cowboy Race.
Did you run out of gas?
No, it just turned off. And Jason, poor Jason, he was adamant he wanted to take Greatest Ending to Scioto Downs, right? And he did. He's in the 16th race on Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
He's not happy, I'm sure, about that. And then Wednesday, we have a ton of horses in Wednesday. They're not showing up. It will be the first start for Save America for us. We have a ton of horses in Northfield. We have some horses in the Meadows also. Our week starts just rinse and repeat from here on in for the next month, 6 weeks. It should be a fantastic ride. The roller coaster has started. It should be a lot of fun. It all starts, our first stake races start. No splashy rides at the fair.
No, they just have rides that break and get stuck upside
Oh,
down.
stop, fair hater. It should be a lot of fun. All right. I'm trying to end my video. Mountaineer Prince was the first stake race, but truthfully speaking, our first stake races officially start on Monday. It should be an incredible rest of the summer. If you're in, I think it's Marietta or Marion, I'm not sure.
Usually Marion.
Is it?
I've never heard of the Marietta Fair.
No, I have. They're both. There's 2 of them. So whatever fair that is, July the 2nd or 3rd. If you're in the area, stop by. We plan on entering about 7 or 8 horses over the 2-day span. Amy's super excited.
Here, let me look. What day is that?
I already know. It's Tuesday, July 2nd.
Yeah, I won't be available that
So,
day.
I won't be available that day. I will talk to you all soon. I hope you're
Look,
available
we're
that
in
day.
Brantford.
It should be a lot of fun.
Brantford.
But what about the Wednesday? Nothing. So you can come Wednesday. So we'll be half the family on the 2nd and the full family on the 3rd. Join us for some deep fried Oreos.
Oh my gosh, you sound like you made them.
They're so good. I will talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend and a great week ahead. Take care.
See that all my animals cake.